Hi everybody, I'm Shaina from Shaina Falcone Fitness. Today we're going to do a bar Pilates fusion on the mat. We won't use any equipment, so you just need a mat. And we're gonna get started here on our knees. We're just gonna have our hips stacked right over our knees. So instead of having your weight back, we're gonna pull our weight forward. So you have to engage your core here for a little balance. Shoulder blades down and back and reaching really long out of the top of your head. Let's just start with some deep breathing. Bring your hands onto your pelvis. We're going to inhale deeply in through our nose, feeling our ribs expand out to the side, and exhale through the mouth, pulling up right from your pelvic floor. So we inhale through the nose, expand the rib cage out. Exhale, you're gonna pull the ribs together and pull up from below your belly button. Deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, draw up through your navel. A couple more. Inhale, in through the nose, trying to relax through the shoulders. Exhale, drawing up taller. One more time. Inhale, big expansive breath, and exhale, feel your rib cage close together. Let's warm up the shoulders. Palms down. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up, reach your fingers long as you circle around. Inhale, arms up, and then really try to reach as far as you can to the side. Inhale up, staying really tall here. Let's do two more in this direction. Feeling your shoulders loosen up. One more, and reverse. Reach your fingers out long, inhale, and now press down like you're pressing through something that has a little bit more resistance than air. Press down, so we're creating our own resistance here, pushing our hips slightly forward, engaging our core as we pull our weight over the knees. One more, hold it here. Let's just do a couple of shoulder rolls. 3 to the back, up and around, getting rid of any tension that may be lingering. And now 3 to the front, up and around, nice and big. And last one, let's warm up the legs. We're gonna sit back in a little hinge, reach your arms forward, and exhale, press your arms back just lightly. Inhale, try not to pop your chest here. Keep your rib cage pulling down towards your hips. We're not gonna leave the mat, but hopefully we'll get our heart rate up a little bit today as we move through this workout. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna do 4 more. So we're just sinking back right into our hips, reaching our tailbone out behind us. 2 more. 1 more. Let's take it down. Let's hold it down here. Press your palms back. Reach out really long through your fingers. Really reaching through your tailbone in one direction, through your head in the other. Scoop up through your low belly. Little tiny circles with your arms. We're gonna do 5 in each direction. Trying to pull your arms close to your body. Let's do 2 more. And 5 in the reverse direction. Try not to tuck through the pelvis. Reach long. 2 more. 1 more. Let's bring it up. Circle those arms around one last time. We're gonna bring it onto our hands and knees. Knees are underneath your hips. They're about hip width apart. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. I want you to soften the elbows, draw the shoulder blades back. Let's do a cat-cow to warm up our spine. We inhale here, pulling our belly button in slightly. Exhale, we're gonna scoop our abs in, curl our tailbone under, round our spine, and push away from the mat. Hold it here with an inhale, gazing at your thighs. And then with this exhale, we're gonna reach our tailbone long and away, glide our shoulder blades down our back, and just lift up through our head. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Round 1 vertebra at a time through your spine. We're gonna hold this inhale and push the mat away, deepening that curve in our spine. And now we're gonna exhale, lengthening through the tailbone, lengthening through the mid-back. Lift up with your head. Let's do 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale, scoop and curl through the spine. Drop your head, release all the tension from your neck. Inhale and push away from the mat. Exhale, let's reach your tailbone out long. Slide your shoulders to your back pockets and bring it up here. Let's just test our weight through the center. So soften your elbows, belly button in. We're gonna take your arm that's closest to me, just reach it straight back and drop, other arm. We're just trying to see if we can maintain our core stability here as we lift one arm up at a time, making sure we're not wobbling side to side. We want to engage the core. We have 4 more. Keeping your abdominals nice and tight. 2 more. Let's do 1 more each arm. Reach back and in. Last one. And now you're going to take your front arm and you're going to bring it up just in front of your forehead. Soften your back elbow. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to rotate from your belly button. Might not be a big rotation. And then inhale back to center. We push off that back arm, trying to rotate deeply in through the spine and center your hips. Stay facing the mat. Rotate it open and up. Allowing your elbow to reach back, but keeping your palm in contact with your forehead so that it's your spine doing the rotating. We have 2 more. Scooping up and in with the low belly. Trying to release those shoulders. 1 more. Nice spiral through the spine. Bring it center. Drop that arm. Just soften the shoulders. Let's do 1 inhale here. Exhale, go into our cat stretch. Scoop your belly button in, inhale. Exhale, reach it out long, articulating through the spine. Let's do the other side. Soften your front elbow, bring up your back arm, shoulders are back. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, twist from your waist, open it up, and bring it back square to center. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, scoop and rotate. Inhale, bring it back down. That's it. Really feel the rotation coming from your rib cage, wrapping around your spine. We have 2 more. Pushing your hand into your forehead so that you're not using your arm here. We're using our obliques. 1 more. Open it up and down. From here, we're going to open up our knees and connect our heels together, and we're going to curl the toes under. So I want you to press your heels together and feel that press travel up through the back of your legs, engaging through your glutes, engaging through your inner thighs. We're going to connect through the core. So lift up through the core, soften your elbows. Inhale here, we're going to hover the knees. So exhale and tap it down. Press the heels together, lift up through the core, then hover the knees and down. Make sure your spine doesn't change shape. Squeeze those heels, exhale, little hover, and down. Inhale, try to lift through the pelvic floor, and drop. We have 3 more, so you squeeze those heels, connect to the core, then lift up the knees, and down. 2 more, squeeze the heels, lift through the low belly, hover, and down. Last time, squeeze the heels, pull up and in, hover those knees, drop it down. We're gonna keep the heels together. I'm gonna walk back a little bit. We're gonna take it into a little child's pose. Inhale here, get ready because we're gonna spring it forward into a plank. Breathe in, exhale, we're gonna glide ourselves forward and lift up into this plank. So my heels are connected. I'm reaching long through the heels in one direction and then long through the top of the head. We're gonna breathe in here. Let's exhale, take it into a pike. You can allow your heels to lower a bit here as you lengthen through your spine. We're gonna lift up through the heels and then roll through the spine, gliding your shoulder blades back. I'm gonna come forward a little bit here. Hold it here. Breathe in, scoop your abs in, come back into that pike. You can allow your heels to lower a little bit if they will. And now we're gonna lift up through the heels, roll through the spine, glide the shoulders back, lift up through your head. Inhale, hold, softening those elbows. Scoop your abs in, coming back into that pike. 1 more time, inhale. Lift up through the heels, roll through the spine. Hold it here. Excellent. Soften the elbows. If you need to come down onto your elbows to give your wrists a break, you can do that. We're gonna do a little passe plank in this position. So we're gonna take our front leg, draw the foot up, bring it to the knee, slide it down, bring it back into our first position plie, other leg. Bring it up. So we're just sliding the foot up and down the leg. You got this. We're gonna do 4 more. and down. Other leg, slide it up. Woo, drop it down, connect those heels at the bottom. Bring it up and down. One more with the back leg. Bring it up. Let's take it back into our downward facing dog. Inhale here. Take a little break, drop to the knees. Child's pose. Okay, from here, we are gonna go into another plank series. Let's just roll it up for a second and give your shoulders a little break. Roll them out. If you need to take your neck side to side, go ahead. Drop those shoulders. We're gonna go back into a little plank plie series. So let's reach it out again. Curl through the toes. Get ready to spring forward. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders line up over wrists. Lengthen out through the legs. Our heels are together, our toes are apart. We're gonna zip up through the inner thighs. Let's bend the knees, tapping them gently on the mat. Now zip up through the legs as you pull up and in. We breathe in here, glide your shoulder blades back. Exhale, zip it up, that's it. Breathe in, zip up through the inner thighs, pelvic floor. You got it. We're just doing a plie like we would do at the bar. We're doing it in plank. Isn't that fun? Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do 2 more. Really think of zipping up through the lower body. 1 more, breathe in. Drop to the knees, sink it back. Whew, how are we doing? Whew, let's just roll it up. Roll those shoulders. We have 1 more little plank series here. We're gonna now take the knees and bring them apart and parallel. So we're not having our V position anymore. We're just gonna have a parallel leg. Bring the arms out, curl your toes, get ready. We're gonna spring out into that plank. Gaze forward, inhale, exhale, glide the shoulder blades back, lift it up, soften those elbows. You're gonna take your front leg. We're gonna point the toe, pull it in, reach it out, drop it down. Same thing, back leg. Lift it up, point the toe, scoop your abdominals in, bring it out and down. Nice and slow here. Lift it up, point the toe, draw it in, bring it out and down. Slow and controlled. Bring it in is the name of the game here. Out. 2 more sets. So 2 more with each leg. Bring it in, press it out long and down. Other leg, point the toe, engage the core, abdominals here. Squeeze your glutes. 1 more each leg, lift it up, draw it in, bring it out. Last one, nice and slow, lift, point, scoop your abs in, reach it long, drop it down. Woo, child's pose, last time. Inhale here. We're gonna bring it forward and we're gonna come down now onto our elbows. So elbows are gonna come right underneath your shoulders. Drive your shoulder blades back, knees are underneath your hips, and your hips are square to the mat. From here, I just want you to lift up through your chest a little bit, so we're not gonna sink, and pull the abdominals in. We're gonna take our front leg, extend it back. Your hips are gonna wanna wiggle here and turn out, so just keep those hips facing the mat, lift your leg up. All right, we're gonna flex the foot, and we're gonna do just a really small mini bend. So tiny bend in, press out with the back of your leg and your heel. Tiny bend in, press out. It's really small. Tiny bend in, press out. Little tiny bend and press. That's it. We wanna just feel the glutes engage right here as we press it out. 4 more, lifting up through the chest. This is full body. Let's go. 2 more. 1 more, hold. We're gonna turn that back elbow. Open up the hip here. Instead of sinking here, let's lift through the chest. Extend your leg, really feel that nice length through the front of the hips. And we'll do 5 circles, not very big. Just circle, initiating from the top of your hip, reaching out through your toes. That's it. 1 more, and that 5 in the other direction. Woo! Shoulders are down, head is lifted. Just feel that energy reaching out through your toes. 2 more. Last one, and bring it down. Whew. All right, I'm gonna turn to the other side so that you can still see what I'm doing. You guys can stay right where you are. So again, elbows are on the mat, knees are wide, shoulder blades down and back. Keeping your hips square, we're gonna extend the front leg, lift it up, abs are in, flex the foot, and now just teeny tiny bend. Press it out. So it's a halfway bend. The knee's not really coming in too close to the body. Make sure all your weight isn't coming towards that back side of the body. I know that happens sometimes. Let's try to keep the weight center. Think about lengthening out through your head and out through your heel. I want you to feel taller and more confident when you leave this workout than when you started. Press it up. Our abs are lifted, scooping up and in. We're squeezing our glutes right here at this last press. We have 3 more. Reach it out long through your heel. Get that full extension. Don't do this halfway. 1 more. Ooh, hold it here. And I'm just going to turn the back arm, open it up, point the toe, stay lifted, abs in, little circles. Just try to start the circle from the top of your hip. Bring it up. Whew. 2 and 1, and let's reverse it. Up and around, reaching long. Feel the energy reaching all the way out of your toes. 2 more, 1 more, and bring it down. Little child's pose here. And then we're just gonna come right onto our back and do a little bit more core and floor bar is what I like to call this. All right, so we're gonna start knees bent, shoulders on the mat, hands down. I want you to feel your tailbone grounded heavy into the mat. Your hip bones are facing the ceiling. Your ribs are sinking heavy into the mat, especially those back ribs. We're gonna lift one leg up and then the other leg up. Okay, I'm gonna give you the option to lift up your head. If you don't want to, just keep your head down the whole time. We're gonna make a basket with the hands. Gently do a mini curl. So this is not a high chest lift. It's a really small mini curl so that our spine stays really long. It's not a crunch. That's a different exercise. Today we want to keep a really long spine. So from here, we're going to open the knees and then squeeze like we're pressing against water. Inhale, exhale. Try to connect into your pelvic floor. Ideally, your hip bones are square to the ceiling. You have just a small C curve between your lower back and the floor. The ribs are flat. That's it, and your tailbone is down. We're gonna do 4 more, pressing our head into our hands to relieve any neck tension here. 1 more, and now just hold it open. Feet are gonna be in a V. We're gonna press it out, zip up through the inner thighs, and draw it in. So the legs are not at 90, they're a little bit lower. However, if this feels like too much for your lower back, then I want you to take those legs up to 90. I'm gonna give you an option with fancier feet if you wanna get fancy. So we're gonna go, point the toe out, flex the foot, drag it in using the backs of the legs. Point the toe. We're gazing here at our thighs, flex the feet, drag it in. We have 3 more, point the toe. Bring it out, flex the feet, use the backs of the legs to draw it in. 2 more, point the toes, flex the feet, draw it in. 1 more time, point the toes, flex the feet, draw it in. Let's just give the head a little break, bring the knees in. If your hip flexors start to talk to you, just take a little break here. We're coming back into that frog position. Hands behind the head. Again, you can keep your upper body down if that feels better. We're gonna gaze towards the knees. Inhale, exhale, just curl up slightly. Extend the legs. I'm gonna point the toes. I'm gonna make this really small. Make sure your back ribs are heavy into the mat, gazing at your navel. Inhale, lower just a little bit. Exhale, draw it in. This is so tiny. I want your core to control this movement. Exhale. Inhale, lower just a little bit. Exhale, I want you to contract the abdominals to bring the legs in. 3 more. You got it. 2 more. 1 more. hold it here, little crisscross with the legs, teeny tiny. We're turned out at the hips, so it's heels in, toes out. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go 1, 2, open. I just need to move a little bit so I don't hit my wall. 1, 2, open. 1, 2, open. 1, 2. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging, take your legs a little further away from your body or bring them up to 90 if that feels like too much. 1, 2, open. 4 more. You got this. Gazing at your navel. 1, 2, open. Pushing your head into your hands. 1 more. 1, 2, open. Bring the knees in. I'm gonna do this next section with my head down. If you want to, you can continue to have your head up. Legs are up, hands are down. We're gonna open out, laterally rotating from the hips. I'm gonna flex the feet, bring it out to the side, and then point the toes, lift it up. Just gonna turn here a little bit. Flex the feet and point the toes. Again, you can be a little lower than 90 degrees here. It's a little more challenging on the abdominals. I want you to feel your tailbone heavily grounded into the mat, so we're not tucking through the pelvis. We're staying in neutral. We flex it out. Exhale, use the inner thighs, use the pelvic floor to come in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more. Breathe in. Now reverse it. We point the toes out, flex the feet, scoop it in. Feel those abdominals work here. So inhale, use your pelvic floor, use your inner thighs and abdominals to come in. Woo. Point the toes out, flex the feet. My legs are shaking. 2 more. Inhale, woo, flex. Exhale, 1 more. Point the toes, flex the feet, scoop it in, bend the knees in. How did you do? Rock side to side. Okay, we're gonna go into a little more core with some obliques here. 1 leg up, other leg up, extend. You can keep your upper body down if you like. Otherwise, we're gonna drop our gaze towards our knees, curl it up here. Make sure you can feel that tailbone on the mat, scooping the low belly in. We're gonna go into scissors. Relax your shoulders. You're gonna draw 1 leg in, but it's your abs that are gonna work. So we're gonna do pulse, pulse, and switch, pulse, pulse. So we're gazing at our thighs, shoulders are down. Sometimes they wanna creep up here, and think that it's your core pulling this leg in and powering this pulse right here. Your core pulls in the leg. My hands are not doing a lot of pulling, they're just here for support. So it's your core, your abs are working to pull this leg in and do these 2 little pulses. Pulse, pulse. Our breathing is exhale, exhale, inhale. If you need to, this is where you can take your hands. It's a little harder actually if you want to try it. 1, 2, 2 more. Last one. Bring the knees in. Just take a little break. Wiggle your feet if we need to. We're going to do that exact same thing, but we're going to add a twist for the obliques. Bring the legs up, sliding our rib cage towards our hips as we lift up, making sure we're in neutral. Tailbone on the mat, hip bones facing the ceiling. Let's go first into that straight scissor. Pulse, pulse, lift. It's your abdominals controlling this pulse. When you're ready, twist to the front leg. Pulse, pulse. This is a small twist through the upper body. We're trying to twist and look down. Three. 4. Woo! Bring it in. Let your head rest down. Just wiggle those toes. We're gonna bring the feet down onto the mat. Make sure your legs aren't out here and they're not in here. They're kind of in the middle. We're gonna roll up into a bridge. Let's press our hands firmly down into the mat. Drop your ribs, tailbone is on the mat. We inhale to prepare. Exhale, scoop in through your low belly. Curl your lower back into the mat and then start to roll up one vertebra at a time. We're gonna inhale here, lengthen out through our head. Make sure our ribs aren't popping. Connect your abdominals so that your ribs pull towards your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna soften through the ribs, melt down one vertebra at a time. Laying down through the spine. Imprint your spine right here, and then come into neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, scoop your low belly in. Roll it up. And we're gonna hold it here at the top. So again, reaching out through your knees, reaching out through the top of your head, holding it here. Your shoulders are open. Excellent. We're gonna take our hands and push our palms together. So just press your palms together right here. Trying to engage through the arms. And we're gonna dip just about halfway with the hips. Exhale, press it up. Pushing those palms together. Spread out through your toes. It should feel good on your hips after all those exercises with the legs in the air. We're opening up the hips here. Inhale and exhale. I want you to press in through your heels, connect into your glutes and your hamstrings, and try to be conscious of your knees. So don't let them splay apart. Pull them in towards each other. Imagine you have one of those blue balls that I have. Imagine that you're squeezing it between your knees. Let's do 3 more. Push those hands together. 2 more. 1 more. Hold. And we're just gonna take the arms, palms open up, bring the hands behind your head. Enjoy this stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, scoop the belly button in. Roll down one vertebra at a time, imprinting through your back and bringing your tailbone down to the mat. Let's extend the legs long, bending one knee in, grab underneath your knee, just rock side to side just a little bit. We're gonna stretch it out. You're gonna just take this leg and just sort of cross it over your body. Try not to tuck your hips here. I want you to push your tailbone down so we can get a really deep stretch through your glutes, your piriformis here, opening up through your shoulders. I like this idea of making space through our pelvis here. And now you're gonna take the opposite arm, wrap it across, and bring that leg over, trying to pull your shoulder blades down to the mat. Just hold it here, feel this nice spinal twist. A little detox at the end of the workout. And bring it back to center. Let's switch to the other leg. We're gonna pull it in. Just do a teeny tiny rock side to side, whatever feels good for you. And then we're gonna grab and just kind of pull. I have one hand on my foot, the other hand on my shin. And then rather than letting my tailbone and my glutes lift, I'm actively pushing them down to make this a little bit more of an active stretch and get a little deeper into those glutes. Hold it here. That's it. Try to relax and open through the shoulders. And we'll take the opposite arm, pull the leg across, and then try to push your shoulders down. So it's a chest stretch as well as a glute and spine stretch. And just sink into it here, hold it here. Just deep breaths, nice and slow. Bring it back to center. We're just gonna grab our big toes here for a little happy baby. You can rock side to side. Feel that release and opening through the hips here. Just trying to feel like you're sinking heavy with your pelvis into the mat. Just take this time to breathe deeply. And bring the legs together. I'm gonna turn onto my side, roll it up. One last stretch here for the hips, feet together. And we're gonna come into a nice little butterfly stretch. So bring it up tall, inhale. Exhale, sink the hips back. I'm gonna reach the hands forward. Just sink into it. Deep breath in. Exhale, scoop your abs in. Just roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is gonna come up last. Let's just do one deep breath together here. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Let's bring the palms together. Exhale as you press. I want you to clear your mind of any negative thoughts, any tension. Just release the hands, let it all go. And we did it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Barre Pilates Fusion. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you at our next workout.